What's up? Welcome to the Existential Stoic podcast. Do you wish you were more effective? Do you wish you could get things done? Maybe like, I don't know, have a plan and stick to it. Well, today in your luck, we're going to talk about how to be effective. I'm Danny, here with my buddy Randy. What's up, Randy?
Yo, Danny.
Have you ever struggled with being effective?
I have just been searching my whole entire life for like 6 or 7 or 8 habits that could just help me be a
But not
highly
10.
effective person.
That's too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny. It's hard though. It's hard to like, I don't know. I feel like it's hard sometimes to find a rhythm or even to find out what you want to do. And that's always the big struggle for me.
Yeah. And on one hand, yes. And I also think, as we'll discuss when we discuss our topics, when you're doing the right thing, it is not hard to be effective.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
true.
think it comes down to people do we'll save that for our tips. You know what?
Save it for the
Yeah.
tips. All right. Well, we
Yeah.
each got a few tips to hopefully help you. So I'm going to start. My first one's straightforward. I think you got to commit. If you want to be effective, there's no way, I mean, there's no other way to do it other than, make a decision, commit to it, take responsibility, and actually see it through. But again, I think, we'll talk about that more, but I think it does matter what you're committing to. But yeah.
Mm. Yeah, committing is essentially important. Like you make a decision, you commit to this, essentially you cut off all other alternatives to it. And so then you're given no choice but to be effective.
Well, it's like, it's funny. It's like, once you have a goal in mind, like it will get done as long as like you really want it. And then, it'll happen.
Hmm. Truth. So my first one is enjoy what you're doing.
Mm.
This should go without saying, but I think most people are doing stuff they don't enjoy. And because of that, they're like, how do I be more effective at pushing these papers that I hate to do and I don't even want to be here? And it's like, don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Well, you could sharpen your saw and you could put first things first, and there are 5 other things you could do. But it's really the truth is you have to enjoy what you're doing because otherwise you're wasting your life. We got one go around on this. Well, that's my belief. We got one go around. Maybe we have more. Who knows? But you got this one opportunity to do this, and why are you doing stuff you don't enjoy?
No, I agree with you. And it's like I think that's always a hard one too, because I think a lot of people too, you feel like you're stuck in something. Like you made a choice that maybe wasn't right when you were young or something, and now it's like, say 10, 15 years later, and you're like, how can I change now? Like so this is
I
it.
gotta stick with this for the next 60 years until I die.
I
Are
made
you
that decision
crazy?
when I didn't know what the hell I wanted. So now I gotta
I
just
got I
this is
got a wife, I
it.
got a kids, I got a car payment. I might as well just hate my life for the next 60 years until I die. Then
Yeah.
then things will get good.
Yeah. It's the truth though. But if you enjoy it, it's so easy to keep doing it. So I think
Mhm.
that's a good one.
Mhm.
My second one is routine. I think this has helped me so much, like just having any kind of like routine in the day, especially like bookending it, because it gives you that like, I don't know, for me, it's like it gives you something that you can expect, that you know that you have control over. And so like no matter how you feel, like you start the day off the right way and end it the right way. So that's helpful.
Yeah, that is essential because then it like puts you on the right track because you can wake up and who knows what happens in your mind overnight. Like you have these crazy dreams, or you may not get enough sleep, or maybe like who knows. You wake up, and if you start doing these things that get you in the right frame of mind, then all of a sudden you can really be in the right frame of mind for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's almost like cruise control after a while. Like it just starts you off in the right path and then you're good. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, but I'm the same way as you, where for I don't know, probably 30 plus years of my life, I would just wake up
Most of
five
it.
minutes before I had to go to work, and I was having a miserable day because that's how I woke up. And it's just like, you can choose to start your day over at any time, and then you can have two
Yeah.
miserable days.
You know what? That's a good one too, is actually, yeah, having that time in the morning too, I think is also important and not just like rushing out the door. I hated doing that. It's the
Oh yeah,
worst.
dude. Because you get
It's
to
total
enjoy
worst.
coffee. Like I
Yeah.
can't even tell you how many times I just sit there watching the steam roll up from a coffee cup, and I'm just like, man, this is living. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Anyways,
God.
so my second one for how to be effective is stop doing shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like it should go without saying, but it doesn't. And I'm not critiquing you because I am, guilty number one for doing shit I don't want to do. And there's this thought like, oh, I just have to do it. I just have to get through this. Like, I have to do this. And it's like, get over myself. That's what I had to tell myself. I'm like,
Yeah,
get over yourself. You're gonna die in less than 100 years, and nothing you've ever done is gonna matter in a few centuries, or you know, maybe in the life of the sun. Okay, we'll say that
yeah,
because Marcus Aurelius, he's been around for a while. Jesus, he's been around for a while. But guess what? Once the sun explodes and people are all done, not going to matter. So like,
nope.
why do I think I'm so important? And in that vein, just stop doing stuff I don't want to do because I'm not effective at it. I'm probably pretty bad at it. And there are a lot of other people who probably enjoy, sick, twisted people who probably enjoy
Yeah.
doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like
But
lawyers and accountants and all this. And yeah, but they probably are very, very effective at it. So give it to them.
yeah, it's funny. I think it is. It's like a sense of control, like or like important self-importance. Like you feel like I have these obligations, what I do, I'm so busy, but it matters and all this. And you like convince yourself, even though you hate it. Or like, and I did the same thing. You don't listen to yourself, you don't listen to your body telling you this is terrible. That's why you feel terrible. You can't get anything done. And it's like, but if you find something you actually enjoy, it just gets easier.
Yeah,
And
I like what you just said there because instead of actually being effective at what you're doing, you're spending all this time up here in your brain, like, oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this,
yeah,
I hate this, I hate this. And you're spending time, focus, and energy on that instead of actually being effective on what you're doing.
yeah. Or you're like convincing yourself that there's some like weird obligation stuff that had these strings attached to you that control you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's strange.
Freaking nuts.
My last one is keep learning. And I think this is important because you can leverage whatever you learn in new ways. It helps you solve problems. But also more importantly, I think it just keeps you like active, helps you, think differently and hopefully solve these problems when you run into them about, not being effective. Like if you keep learning, you'll always have something to turn to.
That's it. Learning is so understated. Like my grandfather, when I was young, he was the smartest guy that I knew. And he always told me, he's like, read, just keep on reading. And I never really saw the benefit of that until the past few years when I made it a real commitment to read very heavily. And it's insane the amount of stuff that you can learn, like absolutely freaking insane how much you can self-learn, not going to
Yeah.
school, not waiting for somebody to teach you, but actually learning yourself. It's insane.
It's funny too when you learn and then put it into practice, you also build confidence and stuff, and you just find out you can do more than you thought, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
like
you'll be more effective.
I get a kick. This is just my ego, but I get a kick all the time when somebody will come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh my God, did you read this book?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did 8 years ago when it came out, and I implemented it 8 years ago. So I'm happy you're reading it now, but catch up."
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you, buddy.
Yeah. So that brings me to my last
Ooh.
one for how to be effective, which is focus on today. So this is something I get stuck in all the time because I'm such a planner. Like my default mode in my brain is always planning for a better future or better whatever, trying to control the future. But actually, to be effective, I need to focus on today because I can only ever do what I'm doing right now and pretty much in today. So that being said, figure out what's important to you in the future and then break it down. What can you do today that'll move you in that direction? And then get to work doing it right now. So break it down as small as possible to what's most effective today and do that. And anything that you can't do today, let it go.
Yeah, and that's crucial too, because then you're actually present, you're actually focused, and you're actually doing what's going to get you there,
Mm-hmm.
rather than like wandering around. Because that was always my problem too, is doing too many things that didn't actually matter. Because you don't
Yeah.
want to do something, so you just focus on a bunch of other stuff and never really get anything done.
Yeah. And I mean, everybody wants to figure out the whole path there, but you never
Oh
get
yeah,
that. You can see like to the next waypoint. And then once you get there, you can see a little bit further. It's like if you're going on a road trip, you don't wait for every light to be green between your home and your destination before you start out. You just start going, you get to a red light,
yeah,
wait for it to be green, and then get to the next one. And it's the same thing you have to do. Like I remember when I got into internet marketing a number of years ago, And there was a guy who had these webinars where he would talk about how to do the SEO and different things like that. And everybody in the questions would be like, they would have just bought a course, like had done no work whatsoever. And they would be
Yeah.
like, but what happens when I get a client? What do I do then? What if they ask me to do this? What do I do then? What about this? What do I do then? And he's like, listen, first thing you just do is get a client. And then once you get a client, then you'll figure it out. And they're like, but what about this? What if they say this? How do I say that? What do I do that? And he's like, guys, stop the questions. Just get a client. Like once you get a client, I'll answer all the questions for you. Just get a client.
Because you can't do anything. You can't plan it either because you don't know what's going to happen. You
Yeah.
don't know the future. Yeah.
Bingo. So
So,
there you have it. Short and simple. 6 habits for even more highly effective persons. So that's all for today's episode. This is the Existential Stoic podcast. If you did enjoy this episode, I'm sure you didn't, but check us out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Randy. That's Danny. I'll see you later, Danny.
later, Randy.